Hey V Team, happy Tuesday, and thank you for joining us for Up to Speed Live.
We hope you're all having a really great day so far, and we're about to make it even better with some exciting events that are happening today.
That's right. So make sure you have your physical or digital calendars handy. Now, as you know, April is Diversity Month, and as part of the month-long celebrations this evening, from 5 to 7 p.m., our United Employee Resource Group will be hosting an event focusing on diversity and the impact of volunteering.
Folks who attend will hear from a Verizon leadership panel that includes Sam Hammock, Kyle Milady, and Sam Path. Now, if you're in the Basking Ridge area, that event will be held in the Basking Ridge Auditorium, but fear not, V-Teamers can also join virtually. Check out today's story for more details.
And speaking of volunteering, our Citizen Verizon Volunteers team has updated us on our goal to complete 60,000 volunteer hours in April. And as of Friday, we have 16.8 thousand hours completed by over 6,000 V-Team volunteers. That's amazing.
That's a lot.
And Jen, that's 28% to our goal.
That's good.
So V-Team, keep up the good work, and remember to tag us in your pictures at Inside Verizon on social media.
Moving on now to a different challenge. Team, we may have just finished March Madness, but if you're still feeling competitive, we've got the perfect activity for you. On April 19th, we're kicking off our invitational Team Steps Challenge for U.S. employees. Teams of 5 are invited to compete in a 5-week challenge to see who can get the highest number of steps. Each week, the teams with the most steps will be matched to go head-to-head. At the end of it all, the top 3 teams will take home some Verizon swag.
All
so
right.
there's 2 of us. We need 3 more. We got to find some friends in the audience to join us.
Well, we'll make that team after this.
Yeah.
We got to get going on that. V-Team, make sure you find your friends and register for this healthy 5-week competition, and make sure to check out today's story for the link to register.
And Raquel, that reminds me, we still got to get to the Apple Watch.
I know. I need to get on the My Verizon app and order that ASAP.
We'll do that too after.
Okay. All right, now moving on to some HR news. By now, you've likely heard about Talent GPS, the platform that helps guide your career journey. Christina Schelling first introduced it to us right here on Up to Speed, and since then, we've seen so many V-Teamers take their careers to the next level because of it. In fact, our teammate, Jalissa McLean, who I think is sitting behind us right now, Jalissa, wave, recently caught up with Saisha Hayward, a V-Teamer who learned about Talent GPS at an ERG event and then leveraged it to get a dream job. Let's take a look as she walks us through how Talent GPS worked for her.
Saisha, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing about your Talent GPS journey. Do you want to tell us how you first learned about Talent GPS?
I first learned about the Talent GPS in my search for career progression and our events throughout a few of our different ERG groups. And the one that introduced me to it first was Bold, our Bold ERG team. They had a session on career progression with Verizon. I attended that session, and during that session, we had a presentation on the new Talent GPS and how it can enhance and help in regards to building your portfolio, getting you to understand the functions of the position that you're looking for, the different levels of the positions that you that are available, and also you could go there and select if you would like to apply for a position if there was a current opening.
Do you mind walking us through the process of how you leveraged Talent GPS, what specifically you did within Talent GPS to get there?
Sure, I'll be happy to. In regards to the Talent GPS, as you can see, it says your career journey. And that's exactly what it is. It's a journey within Verizon to where you want to take your career. Not only can you take a pathway in regards to your career, but it gives you a little bit of a tutorial. Like you can tour the Talent GPS services. It kind of gives you ways to explore. You got job profiles in the library, all of these different resources. So I knew I want to go right to human resources. So I would go into explore. And the great thing is you can filter down in the Talent GPS. So we have different aspects of human resources. Do we want to go into business, engagement and culture? And as we see here, our HR service center. And that's the team that I'm currently a part of. So I click here, and when you click, you get an additional step because now you get to see all of the different levels to the position. starting at the very first entry level, which is our consultant in HR operations. You can move on up to the senior analyst position and going forward. But not only do you get these positions, you can click and it takes you into even more information on that specific position, which is amazing. Because now you're getting what your responsibilities are, what the job title is, your day-to-day, and now I get to tailor my resume to what it is that the position needs me to be. And that's the great thing about the Talent GPS, is that you're not going in blindly. It's not that you have to kind of figure it out and lead yourself. It's all here for you. It's all here for you within our Talent GPS services.
Thank you for sharing that. Your perfect example of a success story. You had the inspiration, the motivation to look out for our tools, see what's out there, and then leverage them. Thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you so much for having me. It's definitely been my pleasure working with you.
Wow, thanks again, Jules, for that. That was awesome. And thanks, Aisha, for sharing your journey with us. And congratulations on the new job. V-Teamers, to hear more about Saisha's story, we actually have an extended version of the conversation you just heard. You can find a link to that in today's story. Now, to some legal and security news. Recently, our Environment, Health, and Safety team came together with wireline field supervisors for a day of safety at the Lincoln Park, New Jersey Work Center. A day of safety is an opportunity to upskill field operations supervisors on the latest safety practices so they can share their knowledge with V-Teamers in the organization. So far in 2023, 5 days of safety have taken place in various regions across the footprint, as well as our 4 safety rodeos, where technicians get the opportunity to show off their skills and safe working practices. A big shout out to the Environment, Health, and Safety team for helping V-Teamers work safely and protect the environment.
And V-Teamers, this is also a great reminder to choose to work safely by following the protocols that keep you and your coworkers safe. And remember, if you see something, say something. If you see an unsafe act or condition, say something and take the time to correct it. And if you didn't know, April also happens to be Distracted Driving Awareness Month. Here's a photo of a car that crashed into a work zone because someone was texting and driving. Fortunately, all V-Teamers on the scene were kept safe thanks to the due diligence of the technicians who had the proper setup and stayed alert and aware of the hazards.
That's so scary. What a close call. I'm so glad no one was hurt, and it goes to show that being prepared to handle these types of situations can really help avoid tragedies.
Absolutely. And team, before we go, I recently sat down with Verizon Business Group CEO Kyle Milady. Here's the tease to our conversation. Kyle, the last time I saw you, you had a different role.
Sure did.
It's been like, what, 30 days or so, give or take?
Roughly.
How's it been? We weren't playing when we said a tease, so to make sure you check out the episode tomorrow to find out what Kyle has been up to in his first 30 days of being VBG CEO.
Yep, that's all for now though, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in.
See you next Tuesday for Up to Speed Live.
And until next time, you're up to speed.